I don't know. I'm watching you now, Zerg Troll. I was wondering why you just donate money so often. He's got it low, apparently. I don't know, but one thing that can't be weighed in metrics, meters, ounces, or pounds is how good these players are and who's going to win. Spotting in the top right-hand corner, it is the one, the only. He doesn't need an intro, but I'm going to give it to him anyways. It's Arturo Silencio, a.k.a. Jimena, a.k.a. JimRising.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the other Mexican player, the Mexican Protoss player, representing Team Alpha X. He's not Paco, he's not Mike, he is Pacomike.
2 first names.
Right? And his IRL first name is...
Blend in with the Americans. Call yourself something real non-suspicious.
Right. And your IRL name is like what? Francisco, something like that.
Yeah,
right?
something very suave.
God damn it! All right, and
Zerg Troll's an advocate for snitching on himself. He's in the cartel. I'm kidding.
He is. He's actually a cartel leader, and you know what, Zerg Troll? So, Darking, we've been having some talks, some sit downs, you know, about this, about what it would be like if the cartel got involved in StarCraft at some point. And you know, I'm just saying, Zerg Troll, to you know, may wanna,
let your capo know, or whoever's in charge of your plaza or wherever you're at, you know. Tell them that we need some funding, and it'd be a great investment for them.
Float the idea at the next sit down, you know.
Yeah, the next sit down when y'all are discussing your liters of drugs and your gallons of drugs. You know, maybe throw in some StarCraft talks, making them offer they can't refuse. Now I do like this for the finals. It's Mexico. It's a best of 5, I think, unless they agreed otherwise. Mexico versus Mexico. This is like, if we were to have cartels, one would be sponsoring Jim, one would be sponsoring Pacomike. Whoever wins will party, and it would be a great party. But it's a Protoss versus Zerg. It's a good old-fashioned fight. We got one Terran versus Zerg. Now we get we get to scratch the other itch that I have of seeing a Protoss get smashed by a Zerg. Hopefully, maybe, possibly. Who's to say?
We'll see. I mean, Pacomike is currently the best Protoss player in all of Latin America, not just the land of Mexico, especially since, you know, Darkness, he has left us for studies as well. So, in at least, you know, outside of the DreamHack circuit, which is where Darkness shows himself, we do have Pacomike here holding the Protoss flag for Latino America, and we'll see how he does against someone like JimRising.
I miss Darkness. Ooh, that was a nice save on that drone.
Oh yeah. Oof. Beautiful. And I mean, I miss him too, not gonna lie. And also when it comes to like the cartel sponsoring players, like all I want is I want JimRising to get like a cartel quinceañera, you know? That's all I want.
The cartel throws a quinceañera for Jim, and he shows up in a big dress and dances.
Yes,
that'd be great.
Yes,
I'd be so down.
Oh my god, it wouldn't be for Jim, it'd be for Jimena. She would get her first
quinceañera. Yeah, our first quinceañera. Oh, that'd be cute.
Oh god.
Now would it be bald Jimena or like wig Jimena? Super long wig.
Wig, of course. Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd sign up for that. Who knows a cartel? Send them an email.
Of course, she'd have to dance with all the uncles and stuff as well. Like,
someone send El Chapo an email.
Oh god.
Oh, Dark Templar Shrine. That's interesting.
Oh yeah. So we did have a Twilight Council opening coming out from Pacomike, and I was curious to see if it was gonna be for an upgrade. It's not for an upgrade. It is for some DTs.
Yeah, that's rough because, I mean, if Jim doesn't have Overlord speed, but if he did, and or an Oversteer, he went in and saw no upgrade, and the Twilight or the Dark Templar Shrine, he would pretty much know how to win this, which he's not doing bad. He almost has the Layer done and the Roach Warren. He should be able to defend this just fine.
Oh yeah, he even has Lings out here to be able to deny the expansion of Pacomike. Is able to kill some Adepts, forces to cancel in the pylon, delaying the expansion. So Pacomike, he has to make something happen with these DTs.
Yeah, and they're just gonna be defensive right now.
Oh my
He's gonna give him away.
Yeah, this is not how you want to be using your DTs.
I guess he just gave up on once he noticed maybe that there was too much over here.
Yeah, I guess so.
He's gonna go into Archons, yeah. He's just gonna cut his losses. Why even try? Not a bad idea, but also not the best start. You want to slow down your opponent, and he's not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you want to do some economic damage, and it's like there aren't even spores in the main. Like, there was a lot of potential to do something, and yeah, Pacomike just gives it up.
I thought he was going for DTs, because like I feel like Jim's strong point is cutting corners that other people don't cut, for obvious reasons, but Jim sometimes makes his cut corners work, and I think that's the idea here. Maybe he knew, maybe he just guessed that there was no air coming, and he just made a lot of army, and now he's ready to attack, and it's looking pretty brutal here.
Oh yeah, like forces to cancel on the third base. Like, there are 2 Archons, so the Lings aren't gonna do too much here, but there are Roaches, there are Ravagers, they're ready to bile as well. Like, this is getting kind of scary.
Yeah, Jim needs to buy time. He needs to put down a shield battery, which might finish in time. It's not going to finish in time to defend that building. Cybernetics core will go down. He's going to warp in his last 2 Stalkers, and now he can still warp in DTs if he needs to.
Yeah,
but man, these shield batteries aren't even going to finish.
Exactly. Like, DTs and Zealots are the only thing he can warp in to defend. One of the Archons does go down. There is a War Prism to, like, juggle the units, but everything else is going down.
Yeah, and Jim's just making more and more units, and there's no way that Pacomike can keep up now that he's losing 2 gates on top of his Cybernetics core.
Yeah, exactly. Both Archons died. There's only the lone Immortal that Pacomike is trying to keep alive, and he does use an overcharge, but like the Lings, they get on top of everything. Oh, the shield battery's gonna go down.
That's rough. Good call by Jim to go over the shield battery, though, but yeah, Jim has so much. I don't know how Pacomike missed this. This is the power going DTs first, I guess.
Yeah, it's what's the weakness of it, you know? Like, he went for DTs, and Jim, he scouted, he knew what was coming, and he applied all this pressure, and Pacomike just didn't have an army.
Yeah, I think he saw the DTs at the third base, and he was like, perfect, I already won.
Pretty much.
I thought he was going to GG. I thought he was going to see the DTs warped in over there at the third, and then be like, oh god, I need to like turtle up and sit at home, or I have time to make some drones since he's not going to harass me. But Jim just went into more aggressive play, which was great. He won. Yeah. Ripped to Pacomike in game 1, but you know, we've seen Jim get predictable and then lose later on, so we'll see. Maybe Pacomike got something up his sleeve. Are we going to see rush into carriers?
I mean, it's Pacomike, so yes. At some point in this best of 5, we should see some Stargate play coming out from Pacomike. We should see like some solid carrier play. But again, like we've seen players like Cham, players like Eggs, like deal with it. We'll see if Jim, how he fares against the fast carriers.
Yeah, well, something I noticed lately since all the games that have been going on is a new adaptation to the Golden Armada or whatever you want to call it. Is people are throwing a lot of Void Rays in the mix with their carriers so that they tank a lot of damage and kind of mess up your whole Corruptor count and Hydra count. Like if you try and go mass Hydra, it doesn't work because the Void Rays are picking off stuff as the carriers are there. They usually have something on the ground that's hard to get a composition that's good against. And then if you go Corruptors, which is ultimately what you kind of need in the late game to take out carriers, they keep the Vipers back with feedbacks, and there's Void Rays mixed in, just wreck everything. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's a good option now, more so than we saw before, where people just go mass Hydra and win every time.
For sure. Oof. And yeah, we'll see what JimRising's answer to like the Void Rays are going to be, or to the Sky Toss. We'll see how Pacomike does it, because he does like to incorporate like a solid 4, maybe 6 Void Rays before he goes into those carriers. There are like multiple ways to pull it off, but like it looks like game 2 is going to be on Death Roar, and I feel like that's not the best map for Sky Toss.
Yeah, I don't know what map would be good for Sky Toss, honestly, because to me, it's like 50-50. It either works or it doesn't. But defensively, yeah, this map might be a little hard for that.
Yeah, we'll see. Like for me, like the big Sky Toss maps are like maybe like Pillars of Gold or romanticide, like for sure.
Yeah. I don't know. I think if you're a Protoss going for air, you like this setup because there's a lot of chokes at all the bases. Like you have to go up a ramp into the natural. The third has a choke. The third option has a choke. So no matter what, all the army's gonna be choked into a little section, which is pretty good. So we'll see. We're kind of discussing it like it's already decided he's gonna go for air. So hopefully I'm right. Sometimes I'm wrong, but I'm normally always right. We'll see. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner in this best of 5 series is game number 2. Mexicano himself playing for Alpha X. It is the red Protoss, Pacomike.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Death Aura LE, we have the other Mexican player, the Mexican Zerg player, representing Timbers Esports, already up 1-0 in this best of 5 finals. It is JimRising.
So where you live at, is it super like city, like you don't actually see wild animals anywhere around you?
What do you mean by wild animals?
Like you don't see like a kangaroo walking down the street or anything?
I feel like if I drove like maybe a kilometer west, there's like plenty.
The hell is a kilometer? No, I'm just kidding. We don't use that, but I know what it is.
Yeah. Basically, you know that's like the God, what is it? The Outback. That's it. The Outback. You know,
the Outback.
Yeah.
Like steakhouse. No, I'm just kidding. You've heard of Outback Steakhouse, right?
Sure. Yeah.
You never heard of Outback Steakhouse?
No. I've heard of it.
Okay.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Is that considered racist in your area? You were like, man, that's not even real Australian steaks.
God damn. I mean, here, look. We have steaks here, except we do steaks a little bit different compared to America. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really? How do y'all do steaks different?
Well, like here, and I'm pretty sure in the UK and in Europe as well. Like steak is very often like served with like sauce, like whether it's like Diane sauce or mushroom sauce or anything like that. But from what I know, I'm pretty sure like in America, like that's not really a thing. Like.
Oh yeah, that's treason in America.
Yeah.
Your steak is a piece of meat with salt and pepper only on it. You grill it for a certain amount of time on each side, and it's got to be medium rare. Anything else, and you're weird.
Nah,
in American standards.
I'm on the medium rare part at least. You know, like
sauce?
You're an animal if you go like for a well done steak. Like that makes no sense.
Oh god, I used to get a well done steak when I was younger and I didn't know, and I was just like eating like a hamburger patty, a really expensive hamburger patty.
It's like, what are you doing? You're burning your meat. Like this is not how you're meant to eat it. Like you're missing out on all like the juices, you know, and all like the softness of it as well. Like it's
it's great. I would like to eat a steak now, but. You know, I'd settle for some Overlord milk as well.
That makes no sense. You know, Daunted. You've converted Daunted in the chat. Like he was talking about Overlord yogurt the other day, and I was like, "What are you on about?"
Overlord yogurt. That'd be great. Overlord cheese.
Oh god.
Overlord butter. That sounds great.
You're disgusting. You're gonna get animals.
Oh yeah, Daunted gets me. He does. Paco sees the hidden Evo chamber in the back there. So what does that mean? Link speed maybe?
I would assume that's that's a fast +1 melee.
Oh yeah, not link speed, melee. Same thing.
Yeah, for like fast lings. Meanwhile, we were talking about it. We do have a Stargate opening coming out from Pacomike. He does have a void ray out on the map, and maybe he catches a glimpse of the lings. But a lot of lings are going to be coming across the map. And to be fair, Jim is supply blocked.
I'm always too scared to try just an absolute big ling flood. I just feel like it never works, but we'll see. We've seen it work a couple times before. See him +1 range.
Oh
nice.
My god. Huh. So there's no lair, which is weird, right? Like there's no lair.
Maybe
there's no.
Come on the natural after this queen.
Yeah, like here. Okay, so here's a Roach Warren. So this makes things are kind of being pieced together, but we're still waiting for the Nidus. Sorry, we're still waiting for the lair for it to be a Nidus or for Roach Speed or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. So I don't know. The Oracle's going in there to the third. Actually
Yeah.
finds 2. Oh, wow, he did get 2. 3 kills there. Not too bad, not too bad. Void Ray still lurking around. He sees a couple lings going past him. He's like, okay, he's going to go for a run back and warp in another adept or get my 2 adepts and put him in between the pylon. And, yeah, still no lair.
Yeah, again, really delayed lair from Jim, which is really perplexing me. I don't know if he's going to go for like some kind of big like +1 timing or something crazy like that. It's going to be so slow, but like there are speed zones, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. This is crazy. Here comes the lair.
Yeah. And a stasis ward somewhere?
Yeah, it didn't get activated. He because his detection there, it got taken out.
Noise.
Interesting.
I successfully one time made a spore crawler and then canceled it, canceling the activating the stasis ward, and I felt like Rainer.
Oh.
Zerg troll, abolish Texas, Yoda must be stopped. I agree. But you can't abolish Texas. We're just too big. We're just too damn big. Okay, so it's getting interesting. The composition for Pacomike is looking like Immortal and Sentry, and I guess no Stalkers. Immortal, Sentry, Zealot. I don't know how the Sentry Zealot thing is going to work out.
Yeah, he's slowly working on this Immortal Sentry Zealot composition. +1 is on the way for the Zealots. We do have a Templar Archives for Archons, or maybe even Storm as well. But like Jim, he finally finished up his lair. We'll see what the lair is for. Then we have Roach Speed on the way. This feels like really awkward and weird, but like it's coming together for Jim. I would imagine that since the lair is done, like +2 should be on the way. Like again, he got that upgrade really early with that Evo. Maybe he did want to go for a Ling Flood, but he decided to change his mind and then got the +1 range. It's interesting.
Yeah, it's weird how he's getting to where he's at, but he's getting there. There's no way he can win this fight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what are these roaches really gonna do? Nothing. Like, they're even gonna be chased away by the Void Ray.
He picked off some of the. Oh, no, he picked off the full Sentry. That's good. Not worth 6 roaches, but.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, he tried to go for the backstab, but good defense by Pacomike.
Yeah, it was something for the roaches. Like, at least they got some damage. Meanwhile, there's a counterattack because there's a shield battery. Nothing's gonna die. Like, it's perfectly fine. He defends, but nothing but roaches. And oh my god, this is it.
Oh, okay. That's what the +1 range was for. Help clean it out as well. I was thinking like maybe he was gonna go for a creep push, but he didn't have any creep spread going on. So. But he's gonna get caught out. There's really nothing that can actually shoot these. Oh, he recalls instantly.
Oh god.
Now he knows the queens are on the way, and he's got to prepare. He's got to throw down shield batteries, morph in some Archons if he can. He's just gonna wait for Storm.
Morph in the Archons, mate. Do what you need.
Storm.
Like he just saw an entire army coming across the map. He needs to do everything he can to defend, and he's not morphing in Archons. Like the High Templar are gonna do nothing.
Wall off. He can wall off one time as he waits for Storm.
Oh my god. Storm is not what you want against roaches, right?
Yeah,
like they're gonna tickle them.
But if they have energy, you might as well wait for Storm to finish, drop the Storms, and then morph in Archons. But I don't know if anything he could do here would be enough, honestly. The roaches are in the natural. They're propped right in between the natural and the third, and he's not going to be able to get anything off. Big Storm's going down. Transfuse his Storms. Lings coming in to stop that. Archons are now morphed in. There's a shield battery, but no shield battery overcharge.
Yeah, the shield battery overcharge only just now gets utilized, but you know what? The Void Ray goes down. The Archons are in, but you know what? As long as this is happening at the third base, like the Natural's just dying.
Yeah, the Natural's kaputs. And with that, so are the hopes.
And dreams.
Yeah, the hopes and dreams of Pacomike.
Yeah, 18.
I just got a text from Turbo Quacker, and I was like, oh, is he watching the stream? And he's like talking about he's at some girl's house. I'm like, dude, man, don't text me while I'm casting unless you're talking about the stream. But yeah, I cannot believe he actually held that decently. Didn't even lose the 4th base. He got the 4th base up.
Exactly. I feel like if the fourth base went down, like Jim would have been, perfectly fine. But now Pacomike, because he was able to keep his 4th alive, sure, he lost 18 probes, but with 4 Nexuses and 4 chrono boosts, like he can remake the workers that he lost. Yeah,
that's like what, 4 or 5 rounds and you're back in business. But I'm no mathematician. Behind this, Jim's down in workers already, and that's not to include the more that are going to be coming out. As you said, 4 at a time, but he's going for a doom drop like he's some sort of mad Terran. At the same time, he's going to try and hit the third base, and he has roaches down at the, or I guess he's going to hit the fourth base, and he has some roaches down at the third base, so he's hitting everywhere at once. That was a late reaction for him to drop the doom drop, though, allowing Pacomike to warp in some zealots. He does get the base. That's huge.
Oh, that's huge. Really, that's all he wanted at the end. He was able to pull Pacomike apart. Pacomike, he's in the main base. He's at the third base, but he was not at the fourth, so the fourth goes down. 6 probes as well, and that's really all that Jim needed to do. And now he's going to try and get into the natural and deal some more damage.
Yeah. Ooh, we can get that cyber core for sure. That's a huge pickoff.
Wow.
But, I mean, is it though? Because Pacomike has just a lot of Storm and Archons, and he can still make Storm and Archons.
Well, he does, and to be fair, like, he also has Charge as well, so Zealots they aren't too bad with his army.
Yeah, like, that's his composition is Archon Zealot, and he can do both of those. But the best that Jim gets whatever value he could. That was the best value. He wasn't going to get much workers with those roaches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And speaking of, we do have mutas coming out. Oh my god.
I don't know how I missed this, guys. I'm not looking at the production tab. I'm rusty.
Yeah. Like, as he was doing all those attacks, like, the Spire was on the way. The Spire finished up immediately. Jim went for those mutas, and oh my god, you don't want to be fighting Archons. He has to be a little bit careful here.
Yeah, but if you could pick off some of those high energy Templar, that'd be great. But it's really risky with the Archons there.
My god, yeah, definitely. Look how many probes have gone down. Like, Jesus Christ.
30. He's still only down like 10 workers. Jim just evened the game up with all that damage.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, the thing is that
I'm coming. He's going all in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he forced Pacomike's hand. Now he's going to be going across the map. He does have a lot of Storms with his High Templar. He has a decent amount of Zealots. What he doesn't have a War Prism. So this is the only army he's going to have across the map.
He should storm the rocks. Does that do damage to rocks?
Right,
yeah.
Like, I
don't know. If it does, that would be a fun fact. Can anyone confirm in the chat? And if you can confirm, explain why you can confirm.
And speaking of, 99% useless facts, we actually have a bit of a parody of that in the next duct tape that's coming. I'll show that to you later. It's actually really good.
Nice. Another duct tape. You had me at another duct tape.
Yeah. Oh god.
And so who wins this? I don't know. Maybe Jim should come back with the mutas just to... Oh, he wasn't paying attention, and he moved his whole army up, and he lost, I think, like 2 or 3 Archons there. At least got him injured, losing 1 or 2. And now, with this many roaches, Storm is not enough to end this. He's going to take out that 4th base, but Jim has the economy. He's still backstabbing and doing damage. I think his mutas are finally done for on the other side of the map, but Pacomike's not going to get out of here with anything, and then Jim's going to walk across the map. Finish his game off.
Yeah, speaking of done for, that is Pacomike. He's done. GG.
He is in fact done for himself. But not quite out of the tournament yet. He's got 1 more game left in him. If he's able to win, he'll have another chance. But he's on thin ice here.
Exactly. Here we go. This has to be it. This has to be the beginning of the comeback for Pacomike, because right now JimRising, he's kind of having his way with him.
Yeah. And Zergtroll, if you're asking who Turbo Quacker is, he's a guy that, I don't know, I have some stories about, blacking out at Applebee's, and he donates money sometimes. He hasn't in a while, but he used to donate money and be all in the chat, so you should be familiar with the guy. He's like you. He's in the chat. He's the guy in the chat.
He's Turbo Quacker. He's a great guy in the chat. Again, as you said, he hasn't been around in a while. He's been kind of busy, like, out lost in the woods with Yoda for this past month.
Yeah. He went camping with me. It was not the bad part about camping is we were supposed to go on a Thursday night, and my friend who has a truck, he borrows it from his dad, and he's like, oh wait, I can't get the truck till Saturday. So me and Turbo Quack were like, we'll just drive out there in a car. But when you drive in a car, you can only park at the front of the land, and then you got to walk like half a mile to the campsite. And so me and Turbo Quacker showed up to the campsite at like 2 a.m. because we got there pretty late on a Thursday. And then I had like some bait for hogs, and it's like a big old bucket just full of wet corn. And so we had to carry like hundreds of pounds of equipment across a mile at 3 a.m. And it was terrible. My arms were completely purple, bruised from carrying stuff. Like, we loaded up and tried to make it in 2 or 3 trips, and it was bad. It was terrible. I think I set up camp at like 5 a.m. Finished and finally went to bed, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to go camping anymore, guys.
I want to go home. I want to go.
Yeah, like, I want to go home. Anybody want to take me home? But
Oh god.
also in this time, I've been doing a whole bunch of boring grown-up stuff. But one cool thing I did was I sent my truck off to the mechanics, and I'm gonna try and get my truck fixed. I'm gonna see. It might be too expensive. I might have to sell it. But if it's affordable to fix and not a total loss, I'm gonna fix the truck, and then I'll definitely have some crazy camping stories.
I was about to say, like, do we have any updates from the truck? You know, and like, is it gonna be a thing where you're like, all right, look, I need you to fix it up, but not too well. I just need you to like tape it up, you know, make sure it runs, and then I'm good. Like,
that's pretty much what it is. I just need it taped up. I just need it to not explode on me when I drive it, and I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm hoping for. Maybe they just put some duct tape on it. Maybe they might have to buy some expensive duct tape, but I don't know. We'll see. I'll know within a week if it's fixable or not, and that will decide my fate for my camping trips.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I was about to say, your truck reminds me of. So I have a friend who now has a decent car, but you know, for a while he had a car that was pretty run down. You know, it was like the windows barely worked. Like you had to roll them up and stuff, and even then they'd get stuck. Like it was.
Oh yeah, mine don't work either.
Yeah. I think it was a thing where like. To get it to start, you also had to like turn it in a specific way, and like you couldn't actually lock the car either. So like it was a gamble whenever we leave it, and like no one would want to touch it anyway.
Yeah,
and
can't leave nothing expensive in that car.
One of the crazy things that we didn't find out until later is that the car battery wasn't latched in properly at all.
Oh geez.
So at any moment, he found out later when he took it into the mechanic was shocked when he saw it. He was like, mate, if you ever hit like a speed bump too quickly and like the car battery like shot out, like it would explode.
It would explode, yeah.
Yeah, it would explode. And then the entire time we were riding in that car, we're like, man, we could have died at any moment. He's like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, oh my god.
I was just driving around in a big old like C4 car.
Exactly. Like, oh, and we would drive over speed bumps pretty frequently. Like, oh my god. Like the car itself wasn't very stable to begin with. Like,
wait, how did y'all find that out? Were y'all like at the mechanic, and then who had to drive home with them in that? That must have been an awkward drive home.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was like, you know, whatever. Like water under the bridge. You know, it's like it's done. Yeah. Right. Like
we almost died, but we didn't know, so it's cool. Speaking of almost dying and not knowing, this man in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE narrowly avoids death every game somehow, some way. He finds a weird, unorthodox way to get there. It is the best dancer in all of StarCraft currently, JimRising.
And spawning in to the top right-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the Mexican Protoss player, the best Protoss in all of Latino America. He is representing Alpha X. It is Pacomike.
Yeah, Turbo Quacker got me good. I don't normally look at my text, but I saw him, and sometimes he'll be like, yo, this messed up on the stream or something. He'll give me some good insight. And like, let me check his text. And he's like, oh, I'm still out with my friend. I was like, man, don't text me that stuff. You're giving up watching StarCraft to go hang out with a girl.
I know, right?
Disgusted.
Like, where are your priorities, Turbo Quacker? Like,
where are your priorities, man? What do you want? Like a good life, a wife and kids, man? Get out of here.
Look, if you want a girl, that's fine and all, but like, at least get her to watch some StarCraft. Like,
yeah, at least ditch her for StarCraft, like a real boyfriend.
Like, goddamn, like that's what like the ideal, right? All right, you find a partner in life who also enjoys like, you know, things like this, things like StarCraft, esports, and you can bond over that, you know.
Take a book out of the page of El Huevo.
Yeah, F's in the chat for El Huevo.
Yeah. F's in the chat for El Huevo. I wonder if does he use that same gamer tag in other games?
I would imagine so, right?
And people are like, why are you eggs? I'm like, well, StarCraft, they have like this cocoon. I thought it was an egg. I'm like, no, you're playing CSGO. What are you talking about StarCraft for? Hey, bro, this is League of Legends. Don't bring that StarCraft crap over here. He'll learn the hard way that other games won't show him love like we will, and he'll come back. They always come back.
They always come back. Eggs was I don't know if you saw, Eggs was actually in the OSC chat in game as we were loading in.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, and Darking was giving him a hard time. He was like, "Mate, what are you doing? When are you gonna play?" And he's like, "Oh, I haven't played in a while. Like, no,
why are you even in this chat? Get out of here."
Yeah. Sign up next time. Like,
get the hell out of this chat if you're not signed up. But yeah, this could have been him. It's unfortunate. Like, I haven't seen Egg since last time I was here, and now that I'm back, he's gone, and I guess I might not see him for the rest of the year.
yeah, hopefully he comes back. Like, because we were talking about it. Like, sure, there aren't any big regional stuff, but I mean, I say that there is a pretty big regional thing, like Taco Cup. Like, it's got a specific Latin American qualifier. There are a bunch of invites, but no other region gets a qualifier. So yeah, like, there is still something for Latin America. There is still a pretty big prize pool there. There are still all these other global events like TSL, like the DreamHack Last Chance qualifier, like, and all these weeklies. Like, there's still a lot here. It's kind of hard to be a StarCraft pro because, like, you don't get a time to rest, like, for the holidays, but, like, you know.
And you don't get paid very well.
True.
But JimRising got his third base. That's surprising. Does he have link speed?
He does. He does.
He does. It's crazy. It's getting crazy over here. But that is a pretty fast roach roaring. No, it's 4 minutes. Not too crazy. Resonating glaive to depth, though. I don't know if this is still a thing, but I don't see it because I 12 pool and usually doesn't end up with resonating glaive to depths.
Yeah. It isn't anywhere near as possible. I'm sorry, as popular as it used to be, but, you know, it does get thrown in every now and then. The big thing is that JimRising, he went in with Overlord speed. He scouted. He saw everything. He saw the gases, saw the Twilight Council, saw the gateways. So he should know that it's resonating glaives. And we do see that he has, you know, he already has a couple of units to defend.
Yeah. He's got enough queens. I wonder if he's going to target fire down the Warp Prism. How risque is Pacomike going to get with this Warp Prism?
That's going to be the real question. How deep on creep? To be fair, there isn't that much creep spread, so...
Ooh, there's actually no creep connecting the third and the natural, which is why I did not like this map originally. And, oh, what is he going to do now? He's going to send the roaches to the third, and the Shade does not complete. Takes out one queen. That's about it. He's going to get some damage, maybe a roach, maybe two, but... He also lost only one adept went down in that, and... Perfect hold by Jim. He's got the lings, he's got the roaches, but this does stop his thirds from getting saturated. We see him go back into drone production now.
Yeah, we do see that the worker count is pretty even between the two. Something that's important is that Jim, I love this, he has been on top of his scouting. He sent in his Overlord for a secondary scout. He saw the robotic spay. He sees it researching, so he should be able to deduce that it is going to be a disruptor drop follow-up. This has become pretty popular as well.
And I don't think anything's going to kill that Overlord, so it's going to see the Disruptor come out and then make its way downtown. And yeah, so it should be a pretty easy hold from Jim. But what will he do for the Disruptor follow-up? We shall see.
Yeah, because again, the disruptors are up in the air. It's all about, like, is Pacomike going to get any juicy connections, whether it's with the army or, like, in a mineral line, because he's also going to have Warp Prism speed as well, so they're going to be zooming around, you know, trying to get some damage. At the same time, the roaches of Jim killing a couple of adepts.
The adept's going to have to take off and go home. I wouldn't mind seeing him cancel the Shade there and try and get some more damage, but you know, Jim does have plenty of army. He's got a bunch of roaches mixed in with the lings, and now I don't know which way he's going, but I would like to see a Hydra roach play here as he throws down the Hydra Den. He doesn't have a lot of workers, so I don't know how he's going to pull this off.
That's the scary thing. Like, JimRising hasn't lost a lot of workers, but he also hasn't made a lot of workers. So if he does lose, like, a mineral line or, like, a good chunk of drones, like, it's going to be a big deal. Like, we'll see the damage that gets done.
Ooh, big hit, but not big enough to change the game. That was a decent hit. It's better than no value, but it's not like he completely destroyed the army. And now that I like that he's pulling up that little, what is that thing, spore crawler, and they're gonna take out the vision here. And Pacomike not taking it out of the way there. He's just letting it die.
Yeah,
sacrifice.
Observer does go down. Meanwhile, it looks like he's trying to shade into the main. There is a disruptor here.
Shade. Oh, disruptor didn't do it. Oh, that might be a big one. Oh, that was nice. And the Adept's not actually doing damage. You're not targetifying workers, completely surrounded by lings and roaches, getting almost no damage done. And this is looking pretty good for JimRising now. Warp Prism super low on health.
Yeah,
but fast.
it was really cool when it retreated. It actually went past this spore, so the spore was actually dealing
Oh, that's
damage.
hilarious. Yeah, I don't know what the Zerg troll's talking about. Is that really what that means? I don't know. We don't have a scientist in the chat.
I'm not too sure either. I think he's trying to get a copy pasta going for Kuro because that was the second time that he posted that. God damn it.
Interesting.
Yeah, but he did do some research on Kuro's name. Meanwhile, we do have Jim pushing across the map and just barely was able to keep the Immortal alive.
I want to see a good corrosive bile on that Warp Prism, but it's too fast. But with the Lings here to close the gap and then not a great Disruptor hit, it's not looking too great for Pacomike. He might be able to hold here, but there's no shield batteries. Okay, there's a shield battery. I don't know if it's in range of a shield battery overcharge, but look at the army soup.
Exactly. Look at the soup. The Disruptor and the Immortal earlier got picked off as well. He wasn't on top of his Warp Prism micro. He wasn't able to save them. He is trying to save this one though, but at the same time, like there are barely any units left for Pacomike, and I didn't think it could happen. But you know what? JimRising, he's looking to just completely clean sweep this tournament, not drop a single map.
11 workers go down, 13 now, still more producing. That's a 14th worker going down. The third base is going to go down for JimRising. I mean, for Pacomike, due to JimRising completely crippling him. And I don't know if he's going to stick in this because it's the last game or not, but there is not many players that could come back from this type of game.
Exactly. There's a reason why we call Jim the best dancer in all of Latin America. Like, we don't know how he does it, but he's got them moves. And because of that, Pacomike, he's down to 2 bases. You know, he's down 20 plus workers. He lost the majority of his robo units. He does still have, you know, a couple of disruptors on the way. And if he gets like the best shots imaginable, maybe he can claw his way back in.
It's so crazy. Jim saved a lot of money, and he made the Muta switch again. I haven't really seen this where you go, like, he got a Hydra Den and never made a Hydra. He went, like, Muta. He went Roach Ling into Hydra, but didn't make a Hydra, and then just skipped that and went straight into Muta. And I guess it makes sense when you got this ground army that has not been really stopped at all or killed. That was a nice hit, but not enough to change the game. GG is called! Wow. What a way. What a comeback for me. Come back, see Jim win, and all order has been restored. We just need to get eggs back in here, and then we're good to go.
Exactly. He's the only one we need to return. But GG, in his absence, JimRising is able to 3-0 in the grand finals, only dropping a map to Ryu in the semis. And I mean, maybe it would have been different if it was a best of 5 with Ryu, but no, he was facing Pacomike. And yeah, Jim takes the entire tournament.
GG! That was a good one. I enjoyed that thoroughly, and it's great to see a Protoss get absolutely wrecked by a really good Zerg. No offense, but, you know, it was a 3-0 victory. Pacomike, I think Jim just came out with a really weird build. I haven't really seen that one too much, where you go, like, late third base, late droning, and then I don't know what his thoughts were behind the Hydra Den. Maybe that was an accident. Maybe he changed his mind. I don't know. We need our top scientists to figure that one out. But all I do know is it's good to be back, and it's good to see a Zerg from Mexico, specifically Jimena, winning. And it's good to be back casting with you, Light. It's been too long.
It's been far too long, Yoda, mate. I missed you. You would. I mean, we didn't know if you were coming back. You know, you were lost to us in the wilderness. You know, out there in the land of Texas. You know, the lily pads, they'd gotten you, but made it back.
You know, no lily pads this time, but you know, that's my only real regret of being gone. Is all this time I was gone and I just did a bunch of boring adult stuff, and I don't have any crazy stories for you guys. But don't worry, I do the boring adult stuff so that I can afford to do the crazy trips here, and hopefully we'll have a good trip and I can have some lily pad stories. But it is also winter, so I don't think I'll be jumping in any lily pad water, but we'll see.
If that lake freezes over, have you gone ice skating? Is that a thing?
I have not gone ice skating. I don't think that lake can freeze over. I don't think Texas gets cold enough.
Okay.
But if it did, I would definitely try it. And it probably would not go well.
In my mind, what you would do is it's like, yo, if this ice is hard enough, let's get the truck on top of the. Let's get the truck
that's
on
a great
board.
idea. That would be genius.
Oh god.
I'm coming up with some good ideas here, though, but I'm gonna try and get something crazy going on the land. Pretty much just for my own entertainment, but if you guys can laugh at it too, that is also great. So we'll see. Maybe I'll do a live stream or something. But I think the most important thing is tomorrow we'll be back right here again same time, an hour later. So not same time, but same time. And it's gonna be all these people, hopefully, plus Northern Americans battling it out in Battle of the Americas.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that one.
Exactly. It's going to be all these players returning alongside a Cham, of course, and they're going to be duking it out against players like Nina, Pili Pili, Ruichi, Patty Mac, Ryan, all the good all the good American players. Again, I keep forgetting, but we got to get like M Canning in on that or something along those lines.
Oh yeah. Someone get M Canning on the phone.
Someone get him on the phone. We need to get him to play in Battle of the
Helmet for
Americans.
America.
Mm.
That'll get him going.
For him, he's got to rep the country, rep the nation, right?
It's Battle of the Americas. Are you gonna let the other America be better than us, Jim? I don't think so. You gotta represent for America. That's your thing. That's your whole style. That's what you go for. Someone clip that and send it to him. Thanks.
Exactly.
Don't make a Reddit thread. Yoda calls out M Canning, and then everyone's gonna be like, "Who?"
That guy from Winter's video? Is that?
Oh my god, dude! People on the ladder still bring that up. The other day, like just 2 days ago, someone's like, "Haven't I seen you on a Winter video?"
Oh god.
Yeah, and I was like, and people still comment. The other day, someone's like commenting, and I was like, "Well, you 1v1 me." And they're like, "Oh, I'm like gold or something." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm diamond. I'm not actually a bronze league hero." But make sure not to go look that video up, guys. I did not feature myself in a Winter video of me GGing early and then losing the game. That never happened. So don't look it up. What you should look up though is me on social media. I am at Yoda_Slim on Twitter and Instagram, and soon to be Twitch. I'm working on streaming my own stuff pretty soon. But most importantly, make sure to check out all things CranKy Ducklings. There's all these exclamation mark things, but most importantly, just look it up. CranKy_Ducklings or CranKy Ducklings on the YouTubes, the Instagrams. YouTube's pretty sick though. I like the YouTube. Check it out. But I think that's pretty much it from me on my first evening or morning, depending on where you're at. Back. What about you, Light? Where can people find you at?
Find me at Light_VIP. Everywhere, whether it's Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. And yeah, you can follow me there. I do stream occasionally. I do some ladder streams or some behind the scenes streams. Nothing too fancy, as again, it is just kind of diamond play, but we have a lot of fun there if you want to tune in and have a good time. But as Yoda said, what's more important is, here on the CranKy Ducklings, as you can currently see on the screen, we are live throughout the week pretty consistently, and tomorrow we will be having Battle of the Americas in almost 5 hours. We will be live once again on this channel with Grand Platypus Open that will be featuring Yakuzaku and Seino, another Australian observer. He's actually like the official ESL Australian observer, and we've brought him on.
Is he casting or observing?
He's gonna be casting.
Oh wow, fancy.
Yeah,
the man behind the scenes, coming to the front lines.
Secretly, I'm getting him to cast so then he can like critique and improve Kuro's observing, because she's gonna be observing.
Oh, nice. He's like, wow, who is this terrible observer? No, I'm just kidding. Kuro's the best. Kuro's the greatest. I hope she's not listening. She should be asleep. If you're awake, then that's what you get for being awake. No, I'm sure Kuro's great. I never get to see the Kuro, the Kuro observing because she's never awake. But it'll be interesting to see. And thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to stay safe. Disclaimer: don't do drugs, kids. You will end up in jail and die at the same time if you ever do drugs, even slightly. But stay safe. Yeah, and you'll lose an organ, and you'll become an organ player. And nobody wants that. So stay safe, sanitize, don't do drugs, stay in school. And by school, I mean the ladder. Make sure to ladder every day. And that's it for me. Everybody stay safe. Bye.
Ciao.